H90 computer controlled bar feed. Takes safety to start. It takes two buttons. You have to push the start button and the safety start button. You see it flashing, and the computer lights up. When the computer wakes up, it'll start flashing. 2 zeros flashing. That means it's running. To turn it off, you just push one button. Everything goes back to sleep. Power it back up again, like that. With a computer controlled bar feed, you can program 99 jobs. To program it, you have to give it 3 pieces of information. You have to give it a job number. We'll say that this is job 1. Job 1 is going to have a quantity of 10. If we want to change that quantity, we can change it and put in 250. Press enter, and then it asks you what the length is. This is already set up for 5 inches. We can clear it and tell it 50 inches, like that. That's all you have to do. Then you can go back and review program 1. It's 250 parts, 50 inches long. If we want to program another program, program 3 for instance, we'll tell it it's already programmed for 3 parts. We can tell it 55 parts. It's already in there. We can tell it 12 inches, like that. So program 3 is programmed for 55 parts, 12 inches. Program 1, 250 parts, 50 inches. You can program 99 different parts in there. If you want a metric job, let's program, for instance, job 7. Job 7, 0 parts. Let's tell it 7 parts. Let's say we want it to be 500 millimeters. The metric light comes on. 500 millimeters. When you go back and look at job 7, it'll say it's 7 parts. The metric light comes on to remind you that that's 500 millimeters. Like that. That's all you have to do to program it. In manual saw operation, you can just push buttons to make it do things. If we want to clamp the saw vise, we can push the clamp button. Open it. If we want the arm to raise or retract, push the retract button. The arm goes up. If we want to clamp the bar feed, push the clamp, release it. If we want the shuttle to come forward, push the button and the shuttle comes forward. A nice feature on this saw is that to put all of these things into automatic, you can just push the automatic on button. When you push automatic on, it doesn't put the saw into automatic, it prepares it to go into cycle. So now auto is on. Let's run job 1 that we programmed. We're going to run job 1, enter. That's actually in program. We're going to actually turn the run light on. Run job 1, enter. What this is going to do, the feed is going to come forward. It's going to set up the length to cut a 50-inch part. So the feed is positioning automatically. It'll take it a minute. Speed this up with a little judicious editing. When it's positioned, the shuttle will retract. Now the saw is ready to put in automatic. There's 2 ways to start the automatic cycle on this thing. You can start with cut, which means it's going to clamp and cut right then as to make a trim cut or a face cut. Typically the material is extended under the blade a little bit. This is a 2-button start process where you push start with cut. This light flashes to remind you. And it'll start cutting this part. doesn't count the trim cut as a part. After it makes a full cut, it'll start cutting down. I'm going to turn it back off again. Start from scratch. This is the same job, 250 parts at 50 inches. I'm going to demonstrate start with feed. That means it's going to bring the material forward first and then make a cut. And it starts the same way with 2 buttons. It's going to have to feed 3 times to get 50 inches. Down and the cut's completed, this will drop to 249. If you want to make just a single cut automatically where you don't have to stand around, put the bar in there manually, however you want to do it. 0 parts on the parts can, or 0 program, it's not in a program mode. Start with cut. It'll clamp and cut and turn off. If you're, let's put it back in. Where are we? 16 inches. Let's program job 2 parts at 16 inches. 1, 2. We're going to run another job for 16-inch job, 10 parts. I'm going to do it with a start with cut. It turns the motor on, it turns the coolant on. If we don't want to run the coolant, we can just push the button and that turns the coolant off. Or you can turn it back on again in auto. Some things you don't want to run with coolant, so you can just turn it off. Cut watcher is a blade deviation monitor. It just shows if the blade is centered in the cut. When and it's calibrated and aligned properly. This will just have one dot on it. If I push the blade one way or another, you can see the thing deviate. So you can see the cut washer go back and forth. It's so sensitive that it can detect the weld as it goes through the saw. Let me turn the motor on. Every time the weld goes by, you'll see a little flash right there. It's that sensitive.